you're the one who baked the cake.
Yeah.
And that's what you have here. You have you have Moors, and you have a whole lot of Asiatics that that don't know, and that caught so much into their feelings. And see, when you really study it, you'll find that is the reason why we fell.
Yeah,
That's the reason.
that's exactly
That's the
why we
one
felt
reason
our
right there.
kingdom. That's why we felt and we lost our kingdom because like we were supposed to resurrect our ancient government that was over here and it's supposed to be on earth as it is in heaven while we at the top and all of the people like it's all over just like how they running everything and all that stuff. It's supposed to be us on top and
Yeah,
everybody else
but
and stuff like that at the bottom, you know, in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But they didn't want that, you know.
I
Like
don't I
even
don't
even
I
our
don't
people didn't want that, you know what I'm saying? Like
I,
and
I, I don't look at it that. I look at it like it's not a thing. The way time works in a strange
I mean
way.
because we supposed to be
It's
like
always
yeah, what?
it's always a circle
Yeah, it's
that
always a
that
circle, yeah.
everything moves in.
Mhm.
And I was telling me and I call her my wife. Me and my wife, we was having a real deep conversation about this for a long time, and we've been trying to figure this mess out. And I came to the conclusion that the reason why we forgot and the reason why we're in the situation that we're in is because of traumatic pain.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not talking about the traumatic pain of slavery or anything like that, but look at it like this. If you were on top of your game, I mean, let's just talk about music. So in music, you're like a Michael Jackson and stuff like that. You know, you're gonna if one day you wake up and all of that shit is gone, that's gonna be a traumatic. That's gonna
Yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah,
traumatic
yeah. It is
effect
because
on.
we was like gods and we used to have superpowers and have everything like and true leadership on our own land. But we lost it all based on infighting and ignorance and all that stuff. And yeah, psychologically or whatever. Yes, like yeah, we do have them traumatic effects through through that.
Right.
So I mean, so like so
And
we being at the bottom and everybody else on top. That's the psychological trauma on us.
but see, the thing of it is that it's only perception that we're on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only on the bottom because of the financial. From the financial standpoint, and that's not really, realistically, looking at it, we all know that the dollar isn't worth nothing.
Yeah.
We all, so it's an illusion
Yeah.
in that standpoint, and it's important.
Yeah.
Their main goal right now is to slow down the awakening. But you have people on both
I mean
sides.
that's what I'm talking about. It's a white and it's a dark side of every coin. We have enemies on within every nation that's on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So we against even our own people, the other people, other nations and other races and all that stuff. Like that know the truth about who we are, but they never telling us. But they still own our land, rich and got wealth and all that stuff, keeping us asleep and doing all these sex rituals and killing our babies and human trafficking and stuff. So, yeah.
But even if they kill, but see that's the other part. And this is where I'm at with my journey in more science now. Is that once again, and this is pretty much what it says. The prophet said it himself. He said, "Man can never die."
Yeah, we can't. We can't. We gonna live on.
In the misconception, and see, this is the first chapter in the Holy Quran of Moor Science Temple was a really hard one for me to understand because I did not have a clear understanding of the difference between he talked about the soul, he talked about the flesh,
and how we
the
felt.
soul, and it's the spirit.
Yes, the spirit.
Now we got to understand that 100, way better.
Yeah, so he knew about the holy breath, like the holy breath and which ignite the soul and all that stuff. And he talking about that's the Platinum forces that are above, of which like is the elements of the Most High, of which if we tap into and be one with that, we can transform our body so we can live forever
it's but see,
and be
and that
one with
goes
that.
right. That goes right. See, we live forever no matter what.
Yeah, we
But
live
see,
forever no
the
matter
part
what,
with
based on spirit.
understanding,
But at the same
right?
time, but the main purpose of Allah is to live forever in flesh on earth as it is in heaven forever. And not die no more. That's what
Well,
shoot like that. That's what all of the prophets wanted, and that's what Noble Draw Ali was
not. I mean,
insinuating. I mean,
even
even
Jesus,
Jesus said in the Circle Seven Quran that everybody can do it, and that's his
right?
mission.
Exactly. And that's not only in the Circle Seven Quran. That's also in the Orthodox Christian Bible.
Oh yeah, that is in
It's
there
in
too.
that,
Yeah.
and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's also in the Holy Quran of Mecca.
Yeah.
But see, you can see, that being the case, no matter how many of us that and this is another discussion me and her had. We came to the conclusion.
I mean, we're gonna get
no matter
stronger.
how many of us did they kill, no matter whatever experiments that they play on us or that they put us through, no matter what, they can't kill us because we come back.
Yeah, even stronger.
Some of us come back to learn the lessons that we didn't learn. And those are the ones that we have problems. That some may consider them as enemies. That's why I say I don't consider them as enemies. I just consider them as not having learned the lessons that we are put in this existence.
I mean, but at the same time, some people you can't reform. You can't reform devils. You can't reform certain devils. Certain devils is not going to be reformed. You know what I'm saying? That's why Noble Draw Ali said that's why Noble Draw Ali said like the ones that was before in the past 2,000 years ago is against me today, because these the same spirits. These the same devils that haven't reformed.
Right.
Even if they know the truth. Just like all these Moors that know the full truth, because the lessons that's within Moor science, that's the top of the lessons. You know what I'm saying? It don't get no higher than that. Then you study STEM from there and all that stuff, and you get everything that you need from that. But at the same time, Moore's got the whole lessons of the whole universe and how to get it right and all that stuff, and they still evil, they still doing wrong, they still haven't reformed. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter about like if you unlearned or not, or no matter how much knowledge that you got, because you could still not get right. You know what I'm saying? So it's only for a certain few, only for the ones that's pure in heart.
Look at it. This is how I look at it. Let's use the analogy of a battery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
but they much needed though. Like everything is needed within this universe.
Yeah, exactly. In other words, with the battery, you have two polarities. You have a negative and a positive, and until those two forces are brought together, once those two forces are brought together, you have life. You have energy that's being exchanged for energy transformation.
Yeah, exactly, and so
you need to have the negative in order for the positive.
But at the same time, but at the same time, that's why Jesus said it. He said that's the only way that the transformation will take place, or whatever like that. Like they gonna kill him. They tried to kill him, and that's why his body and stuff like that did a fight or flight, and that's how he resurrected. You know what I'm saying? Based on they trying to kill the body. You know what I'm saying? So the body going.
In Orthodox Islam,
mm-hmm.
And this is I follow mainly Orthodox Islam as far as that goes, but it's according to Orthodox Islam, Jesus didn't die on the cross.
No, he didn't.
Jesus didn't die.
He didn't. He resurrected. That's different.
No. They ain't saying. No, that's not what it says.
No. No. I ain't talking about he died on a cross. I'm talking about he resurrected. As far as like he lived forever. He got taken up into the clouds. You know what I'm saying? He transformed his body to a higher tone, and all that stuff.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says, brother.
What it said?
That's not what it says. It says that. Oh dang! What? hold up, did I make a I'll tell you what I'll do. When
I got the verses like that's within the Bible that said that he didn't die on the cross. I mean, she like in the book of Boniface, in the Gospel of Boniface, it said that he didn't die on the cross. It was Judas that died on the cross. He transformed himself and he went up to the heavens in the garden.
Well, according to Orthodox Islam, it says that they thought that it was made to seem
like
that
he died. Yeah,
but he didn't.
He didn't.
And really, when you study,
but you have to know the difference between death and reviving and resurrection too. You know what I'm saying? Because resurrection is not death.
Right. Okay. So when they're talking about I lost it again. When they're talking about
but death supposed to happen in order to resurrect.
Hold on.
But death supposed to happen in order to.
I'm gonna lose it again if I don't say this. I'm gonna lose my chain of thought.
Okay, go ahead.
I almost did.
Go ahead.
Even in according to I think it's I lost it, brother. I'm sorry. I lost it.
Oh, my bad, man. That was my fault, bro.
Yeah, so we just gotta, really
but I'm saying and stuff like that, death is resurrection. So like even our people is dead, it's a good thing, because when the holy breath and stuff like that ignite their soul, they're gonna the good soul's gonna resurrect and evolve regardless. But the bad souls and stuff like that, like the ones that's actually like evil on a spiritual level, they gonna be condemned. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like what I'm saying.
On that note, I would say, check out chapter 1, the first chapter, in the Holy Coremour Science Temple, because it makes it definitely points out that there's a difference between the soul and the spirit,
yeah,
and the flesh, and the flesh. So we're comprised of those three things: the flesh, the soul, and the spirit.
But what he said the soul come from?
But one minute.
Where he said the flesh come from?
What's that? Hold on, you taking me off of my train of thought. What I'm saying is that okay, so when the devil tries to take you over, what does he take over? What does the devil claim? What does the devil claim when he comes in to consume you? He takes the body, and he takes what else?
The spirit.
No, he don't take the spirit. Can't touch the spirit.
He only can affect the body.
No, the body and the soul. It's mainly the soul that he has.
The soul is the light that ignites within you. So like they get energy from that.
That's what he's going. He's going after the soul. He's not going after the spirit. And he knows that if he has the soul, that he has the body. So the soul is higher than the body. But that's the only thing that he has power to take, because the spirit is directly linked to Allah.
And even in the circles of Quran, it said the soul is the manifestation of the body. It's flesh divine. That's what they call flesh divine, or divine flesh. You know what I'm saying? And that's what all of the prophets.
I don't get that. I didn't get that from it.
You didn't get that. That's what it said. It said the soul is.
I didn't get that.
But that was the mission of Jesus and stuff like that. And the Messiah and all these prophets and all this stuff, to get your body to a higher tone where it's one with the soul, so you will live forever.
Yeah, but see the thing about it is the body the body is finite. It's not infinite. The body will die.
But that's what he said. That's when resurrection would take place. That's when the air, like the holy breath and all this stuff, ignite the soul and your body and stuff like that, would transform from the dead soul to a glorified body. That's when he was talking about, like, with the resurrection chapter, like in the Circle 7 Quran too. Because and it's being one with the soul. You know what I'm saying? But they have to die first in order for it to take place.
I think that's chapter 12 where they talk about
Yeah.
where they talk about
Yeah,
that. I
the
think that's
resurrection,
chapter 12.
but I mean, but at the same time, that's the main purpose. Even though that we can die, you know what I'm saying? Because even in the Quran of Muhammad, it said everybody gonna taste death. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, tasting death is not necessarily being dead.
yeah,
Tasting death, tasting death is not, not the same thing as being dead. See, that's no different from, that's another misconception. Just like the same thing where they say, one of the commandments is "Thou shalt not kill." That's not the true meaning of it.
mm-hmm.
It's not a thing of "Thou shalt not kill." It's "Thou shalt not murder."
Yeah, thou shalt not murder. That's the reason why, like, even like with the temples and all that stuff, like, and he's talking about like I'm trying to cleanse the thieves and the money changers. That there was the temple. They found out that the temple that was talking about, it was a massive animals slaughterhouse. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to cleanse the money changers because they were selling animals for money and using the money from the animals and all that stuff to fund their empire and build their temples and all that stuff.
You talking about Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus. That's exactly what's going on right now and stuff like that. Yeah, Jesus, because Jesus was a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? He was a vegetarian and a vegan, and these other people and all this stuff, they still was doing these traditional animal sacrifices and all that stuff, and they didn't want to let that go. You know?
Can you prove that Jesus
Yeah,
was a vegetarian?
yeah, I can prove that. Shoot, like even John, the person, even John, the one that what was his meal? John, son of Zebedee. I mean, John, Saint John. Like, what was his meal? What he ate? The one that baptized Jesus. Can you answer that?
I'm not down with that faith.
No. It's in the Circus Every Quran. It ain't in the Christian Bible. It's in the Circus Every Quran. What he ate? What he ate?
Like I said,
Oh well, so but he ate. But what he ate is honey, cricket. Yeah, he ate honey, crickets, and cashew nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a vegetarian. So like then James' brother, even in the
crickets.
yeah. Well, like at that time and stuff, yeah, like he ate cricket. I mean, at that time, crickets, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like in different nuts.
I don't know about that because that would exclude him from being a vegetarian, and two, there are chemicals in insects that's not conducive to health.
I mean, no, like even and I said in the Bible, it said that in the Circus Every Quran, it said like that he ate like cashews, like cacao and nuts and grains and all that stuff, and honey.
Okay.
So so he ate like a grain bar or whatever like that. That's what he survived on. And Jesus was a vegetarian and all that stuff. I mean, Jesus was a vegetarian. I could prove that, and I could prove that temple and all that stuff, it was a massive slaughterhouse because it was a drainage where they killed the animals and it was draining the blood and all that stuff down to the other parts and sections of the temple. I can prove that. I got a video on that too, and I can prove like that they killed him because he was trying to free the animals because it said like the lamb lays down his life for the sheep. So he was talking about the people, which is his the good people, and he was talking about the actual animals that they're sacrificing for money because he know that if you shed blood, like you said, if you murder anything and all that stuff, as far as the animals, you will murder humans too. It's a step up for me. It's the same thing.
That's not murder. That's not murder.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Killing and murder are two different things.
And when it say thieves and all that stuff, that means like the violent ones in ancient Hebrew. It means the violent ones.
I mean, if we look at Canaanite practices and Canaanite practices, we look at the text from the Canaanites. In Deuteronomies, it lays out what is pure for us to eat and not pure for us to eat. And it does not say the flesh is not pure for us to eat. The flesh of the animals. The only stipulation.
No, I mean, like it said unclean animals too. It said unclean animals though.
Let me finish. They have to be exactly. They have to be clean and they have to be prepared halal. And that means that the blood is not to be consumed, so the blood has to be drained.
She like, but like all these other things, they ain't draining the blood no more.
Well,
all these other practices, they ain't draining the blood.
I'm not really concerned
about
that.
All this meat out here is not halal.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. But still, that's the only way that you can really ever be sure about that is if you go out and hunt for yourself and you do it with the great, you do it with that practice, or that that you're getting true kosher or true halal meat. Plain and simple. That's all.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be eating meats anyway. Like, cause even in the temple of God, it's only going to be a fruit. It's going to be a tree with 12 fruit, and that's what's going to sustain life. It ain't going to be no eating of meats and stuff like that in the actual heaven that people want to go to and all that stuff. So,
okay, so let's examine that.
Because even in Circle 7 Quran, it said we don't supposed to be eating beast.
I don't know.
Wait a minute, let me get my Circle 7. I can go over it to you.
Okay. But while you doing that,